Hey, everyone. Hey, Dan, can you do me a favor?
Sure, fired up.
Let's put that intro into effect.
Hey, everyone, hurry up. The show's about to start.
Once again, I am
Dean,
John, I am Franz,
Don.
and we are here to pop your...
Remember, if you hear that knock on the door, it might not always be UPS, FedEx. It might just be...
Oh, wait, I'll get it. Hang on, Chris. Be right back. Paul!
Hey, all you awesome people. I'm John. I think it's
Yeah, the shock. That was perfect with the shock head.
Yeah.
Morning, everyone. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3, we'll all say, hey, hey. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey,
Hey! Now I can use that as a real intro to my videos.
Welcome, everyone, to... what is this? Is this Toys and Fitness Points of Articulation? Is this collecting flexing? I have no idea. What is it? Sunday morning? It's got to be Toys and Fitness.
It's Sunday morning vintage. There you go.
There you go. Sunday morning vintage.
Because I didn't have time to put one together this week. I've been bad the last 2 weeks. There's been no Sunday morning vintage. I got to get all my stuff more organized and do it. Yeah.
I always set my alarm for like 7 o'clock on Sunday, and I wake up and I'm like, is John on?
You disappointed today?
It's been working out, so
I understand.
Yeah. There's a video. I got a video done. It'll be loading after this stream. So,
well, there you go.
It took some editing because I spliced in video game footage with the toy review. So
Oh, you did that toy review.
I did some editing. I did some editing on this one.
I don't know that game. I saw a little bit of your gameplay, with Rum and a few others. But
Tunnel Rat and White Shadow were on the other day. Yeah.
It's a little interesting.
It's a funny game. It's funny.
So morning,
mindless.
Everyone.
It's kind of mindless. That's what's good about it.
You guys want to welcome people to the chat?
Absolutely.
Oh, sure. Let's say hi.
John's gonna have to take it though, or who had it last?
I think you have it, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, come on.
No.
Really? Dang. I'll have to set you up.
I can't click one. No, I can't click them.
I have to work chat. Are you kidding me?
I guess
I'm
you do.
horrible at chat.
Yeah.
We'd like to apologize in advance for the. Yes, G-Force.
Morning, G-Force. Mr. B's here.
Geek Strong is strong in mind, but not strong in StreamYard.
No, right? Fabulous. Morning, Fabulous. Everyone saying hi. Lil Bot's here. Let's get pumped. Mr. B, G-Force. Everyone saying hi. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling down.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I can't.
Yeah, I'll get you on. Hey, Taz is here. It took me a bit to realize who this actually was. This is Tasman Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until it was on, what was it, Nathan Bowden's stream.
Well, it took me a while to find you, too, because I was looking for you all over the place initially, and I think I was trying to find... Somebody said something you were on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, my God, there is no Geek Strong on Instagram.
Oh, right, yeah. I actually made a new one, too. I made a new Instagram, so I have two. I have my name, and then Geek Strong.
So that's what happened. Because I found the Geek Strong one the other day and was like, haven't I been subscribed to him forever? Like, why? Why is it telling me now?
Well, what happens is I have a lot of friends on Instagram through bodybuilding. So a lot of them are competitor bodybuilders and stuff like that. So when I put up, hey, I got a new video of toys, not everyone's a toy collector in that community. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm following you.
Only half of them, not everyone.
But there are a lot of bodybuilders and fitness people that are into toys, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. So let's keep rolling. So I think Razov's here. Morning, Razov.
Razov, Lack Attack.
What is
Orlando.
It? Is it 4 hours ahead for Razov? Is it like 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
I don't know.
Who's
Monkey Lizard? Who's Monkey Lizard Army?
Everyone.
Wagwin Boys. MLA, yeah.
Dandy
Yeah.
got a haircut. I got a haircut too. I did my hair this morning.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
right over the sink.
I've been letting it grow.
But this is filling in though good.
Yeah, I got the Gandalf coming in.
Yeah.
I got the hat and everything. It's coming. It's coming soon. You shall not pass.
Salacious
My
Rum is
favorite
here.
part of the
Good
movie.
morning, peeps.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
so I'm gonna give somebody else the reins in a minute because I get distracted because you're already over here as
He's
you're
already
way down here, right? So good to see you, Monkey Lizard Army.
Fabulous.
Is that Salacious right there?
No, because Salacious, well, it could be a different channel, but different thing for him, but Salacious is down below.
Alan Prescott. Is
Oh,
that a
is he?
Camaro?
Yeah, Alan Prescott's here.
Is that a Camaro on your icon?
Lax
Oh, yeah,
here.
it looks like
Hey,
it,
Lax.
right?
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a Camaro.
Alan, hey Alan, good to see you, man. Yeah, that's my buddy from work in the gym.
Oh yeah.
Good to
Now
see
you
you,
see it
Alan.
bigger, yeah. 70.
So Alan, we're gonna talk some fitness and we're gonna talk some toys. So I know you like at least one of those two.
I need some help. I need help.
Good morning.
These guys
Good
are going to
morning,
help me.
Salacious. Let's see. I think we're. Did we reach everyone? Don't
Yeah,
wanna miss anybody.
Rum's secondary account is Monkey Lizard Army. So there you go.
Nice. Hey, you can't have too many accounts, right?
I guess.
I technically have 4. I've got one for John Adams, one for the Super Awesome Geek Show, one that's called The Vintage Geek, and then I have one that's my Kingdom of the Geeks, which is my eBay store, Kingdom of the Geeks.
Title, man.
Kingdom of the Geeks, why settle for a cave when you can have a kingdom?
So I'm gonna set you up right now, Dan, as a co-host right now. I think Rick was my last.
While you're doing that, maybe Lat can tell me what a furry cosplay is. He's asking if I'm trying.
Oh, you don't know what a furry is?
I mean, I think I know what he's talking about.
Furries dress up as furry animals like squirrels and owls count and things, and then not all of them, but I mean they usually don't take their masks off and reveal their face, their human form.
Of course.
And there's a whole society about them, and some of them even go so far as to have orgies and things like that in the costumes.
In the costume, right? Yeah. While making the sounds of the animals that they're representing.
Sometimes they do. Yeah.
Dan, I'm just trying to find your email address. You don't have to give it out aloud right now, but I took a snapshot.
Vader's Girls here.
Yeah, see Cat's in there.
Hello.
78 Camaro. I was thinking 76 Rolando, but it might be a 78. Just the back end of that spoiler or the fin and the trunk. I was thinking 76 had the sharper drop on it. Either way,
it looks around the same colors and style as the one that one of my friends in school had, but he rolled it.
Oh.
All set, Dan.
All right.
Hi, Kat. Good to see you.
Did he walk away?
Oh yeah. Everybody. I mean, I know like
for us.
When I was a kid, like 5 or 6 different people rolled their cars or ran into telephone poles or anything, and only one that I know of got injured badly, but everybody else,
I did.
Came away.
Yeah, I didn't roll mine, but I did. I hit some black ice on the way on a country road, and I was a little disoriented, but I want to say I at least did 3 or 4 complete 360s before going into the ditch.
Oh wow, yeah.
And and I definitely blacked out because I remember I just kind of like woke up and I hear this sound, like this hissing sound, and I'm watched too many action movies. I'm freaking out. I'm thinking something's gonna blow up.
I put my car in the ditch once or twice, but not like, it was just like you slide over and go vlump. It's not like a high speed. Yeah. The only high speed thing I had was I had a small car at one point after the Impala, I think. No, this might have been my first car that the neighbor gave me. I had it for a few weeks, but it was a little front wheel drive small little 4-door car, and the thing was like unbelievable in the snow. And that's probably why the neighbor gave it to me as like a first car. But I got so good at it that I could put it into a slide in the snowy pavement, because it was basically ice with snow on it, and I could control the slide. So I would go really, really fast, kick it into a slide, and go sideways down the road, and I could time it perfectly till I got to my driveway, and then I was facing my driveway, and I'd drive straight in.
Nice.
And friends and stuff who were with me were always like, "This is freaking awesome! How did you do that?" They were, or I'd slide into their driveway and stuff, and it was like
you should have been on the.
And I used to take like those 90-degree corners where they have like slow down to 10 miles an hour. I would just slide around those corners and then go the other direction, but one time I lost it. I was too slippery, or I didn't gauge it right or something, and we went sideways right into a pole, but it hit on the back end into a pole, and forever I had this pole shaped like indentation in the back of the car after that.
So we had a couple people pop in.
Ghosty's here, John Joker.
John Joker and Chris.
Yeah. If I click on this, is it going to kick me out?
It shouldn't.
Bring me back in as the host? Okay.
And we'll find out soon enough.
If I do disappear, that's what I'm doing.
So let me say again, same as JJ, John Joker. When I saw he changed his name JJ, and I was like, who? I didn't know who it was because I couldn't see the little picture image. So I realized that it was Rebels and Reptiles. I'm like, hey, that's John. People when they change their name, we're so used to a certain name. And when what is it, John Jaeger, whatever that is.
We're
used to it.
Donald Schwarzenegger.
I love it.
Because I'm getting pumped up now. Not really, but it hasn't been pumping me up yet, but hopefully.
It says device not connected on something. Did you try to pop in?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, look at that. He's got an echo.
Never mind. I need to back out.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Whoa.
Yeah, he had to back out because now he's the co-host. So I think if he comes back, maybe it'll change.
Gotcha.
If not, it'll just be you and I. They made a song about that, right?
The friendly ghost.
Right. So I just picked this shirt up. Look at that. This is an amazing shirt. Casper was like my favorite back in the 80s.
Oh, it's a great cartoon. Yeah.
Is it the 80s or 70s?
I don't know. It could be even older than the 80s. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know he was in the comic books way before the show, I think.
Yeah. So Spooky was my favorite. The ghost with the little hat, the black hat and the black nose. He always got into trouble, Spooky. Remember him?
I sort of do, vaguely, yeah. I know there were other ghosts, but I don't remember their names.
But I got this at Five Below, so $5 t-shirt. Can you believe it?
No, those are cool, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got this one too. So this will
the only negative I have about Five Below is they barely ever even have large shirts. It's like I go there and they're all small and medium.
These are extra large. This is an extra large.
You found extra large? Wow, that's a gem right there. Because most of the time there's nothing for any of the bigger guys.
This one's extra large, but it's actually, I think, too big.
I think those Five Belows depend on your location because it's like an Ollie's, right? Like it's not a second hand, like bulk discount. So whatever
it is. I mean, yeah. They get stuff from. They sometimes do get, because I remember they had a lot of the Rogue One figures, and I think they might have had Last Jedi figures that were like clearance from Walmart or Target, and they just kind of dumped them all in a bin and sold them to Five Below. So then they were putting them out for like $3. I remember going there and getting a bunch of stormtroopers and other things that, to army build, and.
Yep.
John got me into Dino Riders.
Dino Riders.
I actually I traded my Razor Crest for a few of those Dino Riders. I mean, a bunch of other stuff too. I put in the bundle, but Dino Riders was in it.
G-Force, you don't need a large. What are you talking about? It's funny though, because that's literally that's what I have. Like around we have 2 Five Belows, and it's always a large or extra large. That's what I always see.
Wow. Huh.
I never see a smaller medium. Hey,
My son's 16, and I showed him the shirt, and he's like, he even knows Casper. How does he know Casper? I wonder.
It's
But he
all
wanted
online.
the shirt, so
Yeah.
I got him
yeah.
one.
yeah. I do have kind of a sneaky segue. It's a little bit late since I had to back out, but we were talking about cars.
Yeah.
I can
I
show
hear
you.
wheels. I hear wheels. What do you got?
I can show
Hold
you
on,
one.
wait. Let me pull you up. I'm gonna pull you up.
Ironically, the vehicle, and I didn't even intend this, but the vehicle that I was talking about was a 1978 Bronco. That's what I did, this big spin on the black ice.
Oh, wow.
And this is it. I just picked this up. They just, I don't know if this was out before. I've never seen a 78 Bronco. It was like one of my old beater trucks that I got, like one of my first vehicles.
Yeah, that looks good.
So I saw this at Walmart, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, I always kept my hardtop on. I never took it off, but I couldn't resist this. I mean, for $10.
Yeah.
The top used to come off.
Yeah, you could unbolt it. I mean, it was like, I don't know,
I see.
several bolts on each side. There's a seal
Yeah.
here. I mean, it took a few people to do it, but
I had a Toyota 4Runner that did the same thing, and I had a
Same thing?
soft top for it.
dang it, if I can get my face out of the focus here, you can see this for $10. This wasn't bad at all. God dang it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Is
Can you
that
open
like-
the doors? Can you
Yes,
open
you
the
can.
door? Oh my gosh, so you could fit figures in there if you wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dan,
maybe
is that the truck from like Close Encounters?
I don't know. It's a Ford Bronco. It's a Ford Bronco.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
was it an S? Was it? I mean,
It's a.
SUV before SUV was a term, I guess.
It looks like the painted yellow.
And I think I think that the tail, they must have made a model where the tailgate came down, because it's you can
Oh,
feel
it's loose. Yeah.
yeah, there's a mold separation, but because it's a solid mold inside, I can't pull it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, for $10, I couldn't believe that. That was really
No, I
cool.
love it. Yeah.
And-
I'd like to get a 1967 Chevy Impala. That was my car.
Oh, who wouldn't? And I got a
I mean, as a toy, I'd like to have a little toy one. Well, that's cool.
it's a Buick Skylark.
Yeah.
I think it's a 56 maybe.
Wow.
God dang it! I don't know why this thing is not. Come on.
That's
I want
cool.
you to see the front end. Quit looking at
Rock,
me.
I see your comment. I'm gonna comment to your.
Our convertible was the convertible we had growing up on the farm was a Starfire. I think it was
There you go.
Oldsmobile. I
Perfect
think.
right there. Don't move. Stop moving.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, is that a Matchbox or Hot Wheel or
It is. It was a Matchbox.
a Matchbox? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Matchbox has some really nice old cars.
Yeah, they do.
Ford Custom 300. I don't know where they're getting the license to these, but I've been tickled with all the ones that I found.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I know that Mattel owns both Matchbox and Hot Wheels, but they tend to put the Hot Wheels more fantasy cars, and they base a lot of them on real ones because Mattel has the license to do real vehicles, but sometimes they're not always exact. Where the Matchbox seem to be all like there's no fantasy in Matchbox. They're all real cars, real vehicles.
Yeah, and I noticed that like a lot of emergency, like the civil service kind of like fire trucks.
Yeah. There's more
Hey,
of
they
that
gone.
stuff in Matchbox. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well, maybe, I mean, it would be kind of like competing with yourself, right?
Yeah. So Lack's having trouble with.
Yeah, so let's go on to this comment before we forget, because a lot of times I'll watch a stream and I'm like, man, I didn't answer that question.
I wasn't going to let you forget. I saw it.
Yeah,
too.
good. Let me pull you up big screen so you don't feel uncomfortable.
And John's asking like how many pounds he's trying to do.
Yeah, so says Geek, you just took it away, man.
45 pounds. Oh, so his question was,
Ooh,
he's
yeah.
been doing free weights, but he's got a sharp pain in the side of his elbow. What should he do? John's asking how many pounds. He's saying 45 pounds per hand.
So 45 per hand. You're doing curls. That's really heavy, dude. That's really heavy. 45, and So I have a trick when I because sometimes I get elbow pains right here too. And I know Alan Prescott can probably he goes to the gym with me too. He can I think he has the same problems too. But if you do it like a curl with dumbbells and see how my thumb is like that, and the bar would be. Let me grab a dumbbell and I'll show you. Give me a second.
A hammer curl? Is that what you're?
Yeah, well, any kind of curl.
So is this like doing it this way? Is that what he's talking?
I'm assuming, yeah, Lack. Are you doing just a regular?
Is that
dumbbell?
a curl? That's a curl.
And Dean
Yeah,
talking
so-
about a hammer curl.
If you hold the dumbbell,
Yeah, I got those
Sometimes.
same ones.
Yeah.
I got those same kind.
right? So if you hold the dumbbell like this and you're doing hammer curls or curls, try this, and it for me it helps. Is see how my thumb is? Let me pull me on big screen. We're gonna play musical chairs here. So see how my thumb is? So if you wrap your thumb on this side like that and you do hammer curls like this, it actually takes away the pain in your elbow. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know exactly why, but I know it relieves the pain when I do it. Maybe Dan can explain why, but I know like if I'm doing it this way, I get a little bit more pain in the elbow. I mean, this is lightweight; I don't really feel it, but if you curl it this way, have your thumb here versus wrapping it around, it takes a little bit of the tension off the elbow.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, you got me. That's weird. I know Alan said the same thing. He's like, put it back off the weight, which was what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Just
when it
drop
comes
the
to
weight.
when it comes to I'm sorry if I cut you off, Dan. Go on, Dan.
The same thing that I was going to say. Just drop the weight. I didn't know about the thumb thing, but drop the weight and or get an easy curl bar. That was my other suggestion. I mean, I know
When it comes to biceps, believe it or not, the lighter the weight, the higher the reps, your biceps respond better and will grow quicker. There's fast fibers and slow twitch fibers. Again, I'm not. Dan probably can talk about that a little bit more better than me. I pick things up and I put things down. I know exercises, but I noticed because I was struggling having my biceps grow, and you would see people like grabbing 45, 50-pound dumbbells, half my size, trying to curl these things, right? And their arms aren't growing. And here I am curling 20 pounds, doing 15 to 20 reps, nice and slow, controlled movements, and stuff. And my biceps grew. So I would back off on the weight, cut it in half if you can, go higher reps, and then try that thumb technique also. I hope that helps you, Lack, because we're excited to see your progress, man.
Well, he already said I'm trying it now, and it feels less painful already.
Boom.
That's
The
awesome.
check will be in the mail, right?
Yeah. So, well, yeah, that's another one of my questions. So I'll do that. I have 5 pound, 10 pound, and 15 pound, just like what you had. I think we bought them at the same store. We must have, or that's just a very common.
I think it's a common weight.
Yeah. And I'll do it while watching TV. I'll go to the end and, you put I put my elbow on my
Here, let me
leg
see
because I
it.
saw someone
Take
do
off
it.
the chat for a second.
and then-
I want to see his technique.
Do this,
I
So,
don't see it. Oh, there we go. Let's see
so
it.
I mean, like, is that how you're supposed to do it, or
You can't
do
see it.
you leave the arm free, and then where do you
No,
rest?
you want to. It
Do you
depends
rest it
what
on
you're
your
doing.
leg, or
No, you don't have to. You don't. That's more of like a preacher curl.
okay,
So you can actually just sit here like this,
and just do it in the
side,
air
right down
like
to your
this?
side, and you don't need to hyperextend too much. So you can have a slight bend in your elbow, and just relax and bring them up. You can do singles, boom, boom. You can do doubles like that. But
And when
this
you say 15 reps, are you doing 15 of them, waiting a few seconds, then doing 15, then waiting a few seconds and doing 15?
no,
is that-
it's 15 is 15 to 20. I'd say 12 to 20 is a good number for like biceps. Okay.
Okay.
And you can progress the weight as you go, but so 12 to 15 was one set. It's not one like.
Okay.
So you want to do so you do 15 to 20. You rest. You can rest for 30 to 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Or you can always superset. I like to superset things, especially muscles like that. So what I'll do is I'll do 15 sets of a bicep curl, right? And then I'll drop the weight. I'll pick up another weight. It could be the same weight.
So you're not stopping between each set.
For
You're
this
doing.
one, this is a superset. So a superset is going back to back. Exactly, Dan. Back to back exercises. But I like to do the same muscles. Some people like to do a superset for a different muscle, so they could do a superset to a tricep. But I like to stay with the same muscles to keep the blood in the same area. So then I'll do a hammer curl, which is a hammer curl is this. So if you're holding a hammer, it's like this, right?
Okay. So
I mean,
instead of this way,
a different motion too. It could
instead
be
of this way, you've got it this way. So you
right,
switch. So you do a number of them this way, and then you switch to this way and do a number of them.
to this way. So it works a different part of the bicep. I even like to tweak my arms out.
So
like
sometimes you'll go out like that. Okay.
And that'll work for me. It works more the inner of the bicep.
Gotcha.
So you can come out here. I like to lean on a bench and keep my elbows on a wider bench, and I'll do it like this. You can do it like sideways here, but I don't necessarily come out this far. I'll come out to like here, and I'll do it like this. You can do closer grip, like if you're holding a bar, come in closer, holding the handles like this. Obviously, you're not going to go super heavy, and that'll work more the outer of the bicep.
Interesting. So you're basically changing this in different increments and doing a number of each ones. Yeah.
So depending on how you have your hands and position of your arm will change the area of the biceps where it'll work. Again, we're not experts. Take what we say and try it, but always, and we say it 100 times, always start out light, because never start out heavy. Always start out light. Get the motion, feel the motion, get the positions right, get everything. Start out light, please.
And you always want to be like good posture, right? You want your back up, because you don't want to be like hunched over trying to do it, right? You got to be
depending
like,
on what exercise you're doing.
Sometimes
you can
really you can
inside the leg. You can do inside the leg. Put your elbow here, and do curls like this. So this is a concentration curl. It's called. And Salacious, don't save this leg clip and add some music to it. All right. So then you can do this. This is a concentration curl. So the concentration means like my arm can't move around, so it's concentrated here.
Yeah.
Right, and it's up and down. So this is a preacher. A preacher is unangled. Concentration's more straight down.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop talking. So go on.
No, it's good. It's good because like I said, a lot of times I'll do these curls while I'm watching TV.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I can pay attention to the TV and do this and basically before you know it, the show's over and you've done 100 curls, or whatever you want to, you know what I mean? Like it's like your brain isn't focused on like, you know what you're doing, but you're not like, the time doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just doing this. You know what I mean? Like you get through it quick. Like your mind gets through it quicker or whatever,
So John was kind enough, JJ, to explain the science behind what you were talking about with the thumb. So if anybody wants to put that up again, just mention.
Yeah, sorry, do it. I'm actually gonna. So we can't have two people working the chat. So Dan,
it was the tendons. It was something with the tendons in the. You're switching the position of the tendons that are pulling on your arm.
And Lack asked, he asked about the sets and reps, and Alan was kind enough to answer that one. So this is his second response to that. Alan, hammers make your biceps thicker, wider. Curls make them taller, longer, which is kind of what Deano was talking about, because you're working the different muscles, those fast twitch, like he was talking about. I mean, it's a small muscle group, which is why I personally think it's hard to get. And the other thing, what you were talking about with the over the weights, like trying to do too much, is, do you remember me saying like a long time ago, like, well, I cheat, like your body wants to cheat.
Yeah.
And I think when you're doing that, you're not working that bicep as much as you think you are. When they're trying to pull that up, if you're watching those guys that are doing the heavy, right? Are they not doing the shoulder move and the body twitch to try to get that up? So they're not really concentrating on that particular muscle. They're more than what they think they are. Whereas Dino's like watching it, probably literally watching it move while he's working it, or staring at the mirror, admiring himself.
I'm usually staring at myself in the mirror.
Okay, yeah,
Gotcha.
which is not a bad thing. I was joking with a guy at work the other day because he was talking about a trainer watching him, and I said, honestly, if I didn't have a mirror in my room, I would be totally lost, because I have, because like I said, my body always wants to do the right, trying to cheat while you're doing this, and if you're not watching it, you're gonna miss something like that.
I actually get a full-length poster of myself instead. If I don't have a mirror, I just have a full-length poster of myself.
Oh my
I wanna see
gosh.
a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, so there's that. I think I'm almost caught up here.
We gotta pull up Salacious's comment about the ball.
Your
coming
ball
out.
dropping out? Yeah. He was
I thought
hoping.
he was watching.
He was hoping for some, some skin.
There's gonna be some dude music in there.
Yeah, Dagon's got a good point there. When you're doing the, and you could do a circuit workout too to get thin and lean. That's fine. Always did less weight, more reps. Rather be toned than big. Their advantage to curls versus dumbbell versus, honestly, I think, like Dean said, so Lack's question, is there advantage to curl with the bar versus dumbbell? I like to switch it up just because I think it's working those different angles. So getting a little bit of both is good. There's really, to me, and I mentioned this earlier to, God, I forgot. I'm sorry. Who asked the question? Was it Lack? It was Lack. So the easy curl bar, my wrists are tweaky. My wrists are very, very picky. So that easy curl bar helps me a lot because I do not like doing this.
Yeah, right.
Just sitting here like this and is awkward sometimes. So to be moving weight while I'm doing that.
The bar holds it that way because you can't. Yeah. Okay.
The easy curl bar has an angle. It's like a W. So your wrists are like this.
Gotcha.
You probably would have a hard time with the inner and outer of a curl, as I was saying, on a bar when you.
I thought he meant like a straight bar, so I didn't realize it had curves in it. Yeah.
But I do both. I do the straight bar. So what I'll do is when I do the inner and outer technique, I'll go to a flat bench, and I'll face the opposite way, standing above it, and I'll grab the bar, and I'll just grab the bars and do that. So my wrists aren't sensitive to that, so I can actually angle and it doesn't really hurt my wrist. But again, I don't go too heavy. I'm not doing like 45 pounds on each side, curling it.
They have one of those at the gym that I go to, but I've never used it because I don't know. Frankly, I just don't know how to lift those kind of weights. But they have a neat. It's like a pulley system, but what it is the bar moves freely in it. But if you were to drop it, these catches would come out and catch the bar. It's like
really?
almost in a rail. It's almost like it's in a rail.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's designed. It's designed for because old people might drop it. You know what I mean, on themselves. So it has a bench that you can adjust, so you can lay down and do bench presses on it. Yeah, and without a spotter. You know what I mean? Because when you lift it up, it goes like click, 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 and then if you were to let go, one of those clicker things would catch the bar. But if you're coming down at a normal rate, the bar it'll actually move.
You're talking about a Smith machine with the hooks.
That's what I said,
the hooks aren't there to catch you. I think that you're talking. You know what I mean, Dan?
Yeah.
So a Smith machine is free weights on a rod system. So each side has two rods basically. So
you put the weights on. Yeah, the bar's here, and you put the weights on the end. Okay, so that's.
So the clicky thing. You want to take it off. So say this is where the hooks are, right? So you want to take it off the hooks. So my arms are representing the hooks. All right. So you want to take it off the hooks. and now you keep it off the hooks. Now they're not there to be click, 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 click.
Well, no, you can't take the bar actually out of the machine.
No, right. You twist the bar.
Oh, okay.
twist
So
the
it's still
bar.
in the rails. It's still in the okay.
So you grab the bar and you twist it. So when you twist it, it moves the hooks. So now the hooks are off, and you keep it like that. So you do your bench, and then when you're done, you retwist the bar, and it hooks onto those things. So you don't want the click, click, click thing.
Yeah. See, I have no idea how to use this equipment. That's why I'm here, because I don't know what I'm doing when I'm in the gym.
But that's perfect. We've all been there. But it's the gym's responsibility to show you. A gym should offer.
They have a trainer that's there like 2 hours in the morning and a different guy that's 2 hours in the afternoon. And sometimes you overlap with him and sometimes you don't, because he also comes in randomly, it seems like. Like, I thought the first time I saw him, it was like 10 o'clock. So he's like, yeah, I'm usually here 2 hours every morning. And he showed me a couple things to do to help lose the gut. And then I went back like the next day and he wasn't there. And they were like, oh, he was here from 8 to 10. Instead of like 9 to 11, he was there 8 to 10. So it's like he doesn't have a schedule. He just comes in before work when he can do it, And then one day there was an afternoon guy, and what I thought was funny is that's why I did 2 videos with the arms.
Yeah.
Because the one guy told me to do low weights really fast as I can. And then the afternoon guy said, no, you want to put his heavy weight on and go all the way up and hold it, and then slowly come down. So I'm like, which guy's right? I took, so guys out there in the chat and watching, I took some video of myself working a few of the machines, because I want these guys' opinions on, number one, how should I be using these machines? And number two, am I doing it right, or do I need to tweak the way my body is? Like, I don't know how. Like, it was surprising to me to see the video of myself doing the curls, because when I'm on that curl machine, I feel like I'm doing a full-on sit-up. But when I looked at the video, I'm like, I'm moving 4 inches. Like, what the hell, Like, the machine makes you think you're going like all the way down and all the way up. But when you look at the video, it's like you're going, ooh, 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 ooh. It's like, am I really actually working my body doing that? Like, and if not, like, how should I be using that machine? Like, is that really how it's? So you could show some of the videos, but
so I have the videos. I have a couple different ways we're going to try it. So let's jump into that, and then if we have time, we'll show toys. But today we're going to try to focus on fitness, since last week we skipped it. And
I knew it's a little. Some of these videos, you guys are free to laugh. I know it's a little embarrassing, but
it's not, though, dude.
Plus you see my big gut. You can see how my gut's gotten out of control.
John, you look amazing. You look really good, and for real, you look good, and we're proud of you. Something, we all go through different phases in our life of fitness and stuff like that. We were, and injuries come, but John, you actually look really good, and your technique, most of it is spot on.
Well, that's what I want to know. That's why I did the videos. I was like, this is going to help, because if I'm going to come on the show and talk about this, I want you to see what I'm doing, and then give me suggestions. And then also, is there other equipment I should try? Like, should I be trying that Dumbbell? Okay. Well,
this is free advice. Remember,
we're into billing territory here.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Dryer. I saw Sleeping sneak in there, as well as Left Coast. So thanks.
Yeah,
hey,
Sleeping.
Hey, morning, Left Coast.
There's new Pokemon cards, Sleeping. I've been eyeballing those new cards.
Yeah, they have a just like that. What John was describing, right? A couple things catching up. So G-Force, real quick, he had asked about curling the wrist at the top of a curl.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah. So you get some wrist action in it.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I think you're kind of common. It's just I would just say, be cautious of like I said, if your wrists are tweaky like mine. Sometimes I do that, and I can only do it for a couple sets, and then I'm out. I'll do a separate workout with the wrist specifically to work on the forearms or something like that.
All right. So always taught to inhale on the neck. Did you already say this? not paying
No,
attention?
I hadn't got that. I actually started writing a list down because I was going to say, well, Salacious was disappointed because we didn't see the ball drop.
The stream's not over yet.
What is he? What's? I don't know what the negative part of an exercise and a
A
positive
negative
part
is going down. So if you're doing a bicep curl,
yeah,
the negative is bringing the weight back down.
Okay.
And then a positive is bringing it up. So if you're doing a shoulder press, this is your positive, and this is your negative, bringing it back down.
So you breathe in while you're going, and then is what he's saying.
So
other way around.
Yeah.
So you're going.
You're pushing out. You'd be breathing in when you're relaxed or when you're working less hard. You push out.
Okay.
So is G-Force doing the opposite?
I don't know. I just tried to read. We lost his.
So when you're pushing the weight, you're actually exhaling, right?
There it is. Sorry.
Yeah, he's got inhale negative.
For the negative. Yeah, and then exhale for the positive.
So it's when you're going up.
So you're like it's like a grunt.
Okay,
you're pushing it out. So that's
so like some of those like some of those old guys that are doing that all the time in the gym. I see a couple of the guys that are always going. It's like when
and then they got the lunk alarms going off.
Like, why are you making noises?
You get.
So, that's basically what it is. It's their exhale, and they're using. See, sometimes you get to let your testosterone kick in a little bit, and that's where you'll get the grunts a little bit. I mean, I don't necessarily grunt and stuff like that. I'm pretty quiet when I work out, but that's one of the reasons why people do it. But it's like karate. Karate, when you're going in for a move, it's kia.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing when you're doing exercise. They're keying as they're coming out.
Gotcha.
I hope I didn't scare anybody with that key.
I was a little scared.
We were always taught to do it like you're like this, and then when you punch, you twist the fist.
John,
so
you gotta warn us, man.
Jeez, dude.
That's how we were taught.
Speaking of karate, did you finish Cobra Kai?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I hope it keeps going. I'm very shocked that I actually remember when I met those three. I met Ralph Macchio
already.
I met Ralph Macchio. I met the Johnny guy with the blonde hair, and then John Kreese. All three of them were together. All three of them were together in one panel. And I remember I had to call my dad because I brought like $40 to get an autograph. But then I saw all three of them in the panel together. And at the panel, they were like, if you want all three of us to sign one photo, we have a photo up here with all three of us, and it'll be $60. And I'm like, oh crap, I only brought $40.
Oh man.
Because I was just gonna get Ralph Macchio's signature and leave, But I ended up being there for the panel, and then so I had to call my dad and was like, "Can you wire me another $20?" And so he gave me another $20 so I could get all three of them, and so I still have that. But I remember at that panel they were talking, keep your eye on the social media and on streaming services because we got something coming up real soon, and we're not allowed to tell you about it just yet, but it's going to blow your minds what we're working on, and that's why all of us are together at this show because we want to. Start getting the word out there without actually telling you what's going on. And then like a month later, Cobra Kai. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what they were talking about,
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm excited to see that it's gone now 5 seasons because those guys seemed really excited about the project when it started. And I'm glad to see that they can keep it going. I mean, it's really cool.
It is awesome.
Yeah,
So
William Zabka, that's it. Yep.
Dave, to answer your question, it's actually I just reached puberty, so
that's pretty cool. Lack, his dad was a boxing coach. That's pretty awesome, man.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Show one of the videos and tell me what I'm doing.
Let me see if I can. I want to try to do it so we are on screen too. So if it's not, I'm going to try it the different way because I want to be able to talk through it and stuff. So let's see. No, that won't work. All right, so I'm going to have to share this. And so this is pull up to my Twitter. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to share.
You could still talk while that video is playing, I think.
No, I think well, I guess maybe you could, but it's no fun. I want to be able to like
you want to be on the screen with it? Okay.
Yeah. Give me a moment.
6th season will be the last.
So let's see. So there we are. So that does that look okay? And now I'm gonna pull up the video
Yeah.
and let's see. So I'm not revealing any of my information here, right?
No, I think you're okay. We all know you're Geek Strong.
Oh man, you got my
Hit the
identity.
little arrow. Hit the arrows. Hit the
People are
arrows.
gonna go
to
after my family now.
Doesn't
They
that
know
make
my
it bigger?
identity.
The 2 arrow thing.
I
Doesn't
know,
that make
I know.
it bigger?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me
There
start
you
over
go.
again. I want to be part of this party, man. That's the thing is when I'm doing it, I can't really. I want to be part of the party. All right, here we go. So this is John. You're doing a bench here, right? So let's start out.
It's going. Yeah,
showing-
it's going basically out. Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to talk about here is the seat is movable.
Yes.
Correct?
You can move it up and down. Yeah.
So the seat is movable. So what you want to do here, see how your hands are? You want to have your arms basically at, like, I would say nipple height.
Okay.
That's okay to say on screen.
So I should actually be lowering the seat because I'm a taller person.
I think you should be lowering the seat a click. I think your hands might be below the chest slightly, so that'll put a little bit of tension on your shoulder here.
Okay.
So if you come in now, you can do that if you want to angle your body and you want to work the lower part of the chest, so you could have your hands down lower and then come downwards. That'll work a little bit more the lower of the chest. But if you're coming straight out, you want to have your hands roughly in the middle of your chest.
Okay.
For a more comfortable. Again, start out with lightweight, move the seat up and down where it feels comfortable, and try to get that squeeze. Now, when you come to your full lock position, you don't want to lock your elbows. That's where you'll get a lot of
I was told
pain
to
in your elbows. So you
not go to a straight, just go to
exactly
your,
and slow and steady. So
and he said don't let the weights pull it back. He said you want to be in control when it comes back, because if you're letting the weights and you're not doing anything on the way back.
Exactly. So the positive and negative are both important. So coming down, slamming the weight to your chest, that would be your negative. So you don't want the weight to control you. You want to control the weight. Exactly. So let's start the video and let's check this out. Now, everybody, let's see it. Again, right now you're looking down at the camera, so that's fine. But again, you want to keep your head back. You want your body straight, not like this. So
Gotcha.
I know you're looking at the camera, so you're probably in this position, but you want to be straight out like that.
Yeah. There's a mirror. Straight. There's a mirror right in front of us on that. So I had to have it sitting on the floor and sort of angle the camera up to get it. But yeah. So I can look at the mirror and see my posture. So you want to be up and back.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's 2 positions of the handlebars here.
Yeah.
So right now
what's the reason for both positions?
Yeah. So this position here is basically like a flat bench. Now you can turn and put your hands in the. Can you see my cursor?
Not really. I don't think so. But
no, because I'm cursing on the
lower parts.
The lower part of the handles.
The up and down part. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually grab those handles.
And
come in for a squeeze. A lot of people
they'll
hold on to weights or dumbbells and come in here like that. So that'll bring your hands a little bit closer, so it'll focus a little bit more of the inner part of the chest. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just going by what I know in the gym. So use all this to, this is disclaimer. I should have a little disclaimer going across the bottom. Right, Dan?
I don't know what the music is, Left Coast. It's whatever they play in the gym.
Was there actually music in there?
I don't know if it was music. There was to me it sounded like a bunch of noise, but yeah.
So again, adjust the bench accordingly. Always start out light and feel. You don't want your shoulders because you can really injure your shoulders pretty good, especially when it comes to machines and stuff like that. So you don't have free range of motion. You're stuck where the seat is. So if you grabbed a dumbbell, you could actually move your arms around and get the position naturally to your body.
Yep.
So I like dumbbells and barbells more so than machines, but machines are really good for you don't have a spotter. You can go to failure. You can try things. So that's really good for when you're flying solo and you don't really know what what technique is.
Was it just an optical illusion, or was that like were those arms moving almost like in?
It does kind of move in. Yeah. It's kind of a swinging motion. It's not fully straight out and back.
Yeah, they always do. A lot of machines do that. They kind of start out wide and they come in.
Yeah.
The ones at the Y that I go to, they're straight out,
Because this one over my head is the same way. When I lift it up, it kind of comes in a little bit. I'd
almost like that. Yeah, have you seen the Deano? Off topic a little bit, but have you seen the? I think I've seen them. Tsunami Bar, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't know.
It spins, so that there's hand grips, right, and the whole bar itself is threaded. So as you push it up, it's just like that machine. It's like a barbell version of that machine. As you push it up, your arms are spinning, so it forces you to use the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
It's literally spinning the whole thing while you're doing that. It looks wicked cool, but my God, the bar is like $500.
So it's just the bar that does that?
Yeah, the whole bar is threaded, right?
Wow.
And then there's two bearing loaded hand grips. And then you got the weights, right? And the weights are actually spinning. So you're moving, you're not just pushing the resistance, but you're pushing the resistance of that weight moving as well. You see what I'm saying? The momentum.
I'd have to see a video. Do you have a
I'll send it to you. It's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, it sounds bizarre, man. But I love bizarre.
We were talking about grunting on the exhale. Left Coast grunts when he gets off the couch. Does that count?
It does. Let me pull up this video before.
So this is the one where I had two of them. Yeah. Like the one guy told me to do these quick ones with low weight, so that's what I'm showing here.
So now this is a shoulder press. So you see how the handles are facing. Oh, is it starting again? Hold on a second. Why do we have music? All right. So do you see how it's ticking you off, man? Wait a second. Let me do here.
Is there a different one playing at the back? The top one was playing.
I know, right?
You had like two of them playing at the same time.
Really?
Alan's comment here, he doesn't quite go to full extension just to kind of save on his joints. You're still getting the resistance. It's a good idea to save on your elbows and your wrists.
All right,
there you go. So see, now that one's going.
All right. So there's two again with this machine here. You see how you have bars that are facing forward, and then you have two bars that are side. So it's the same thing. So you're using the fronts, which is going to work more the front of the shoulder.
Okay.
This muscle here in the front when you're doing that position. So you're basically like doing this. And if you do that motion right now, everyone, right? So grab here and put your hand on your shoulder. You can actually feel the front part of your shoulder doing more of the work. Now this muscle here, let me take my shirt off. Maybe not. So now if you change the position, so right now you're doing these. Again, it works the front part of the shoulder. And now you can grab the outer of the handles.
Yeah, right I feel that. It's different. Yeah.
And then you're going to work more the overall shoulder. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So let's
That's
go
why he's
on
got
with
those
this.
big grapefruits on his shoulder there.
Shoulders is my favorite. motion. So I would slow it down slightly, John.
Okay.
Right? And yeah, so bringing your hands, so you're going down, I think, deep enough. You don't need to go down too deep, you know?
Okay.
Right?
Wrist,
So like
shoulder
there,
level.
you don't necessarily have to start every motion at this position. I know you're not doing that, but I'm just trying to tell people that you don't need to come down super low
Yeah.
and then come back up. So it's basically like here. I like to keep my hands right around ear level.
Okay.
So I do have a slight bend in the elbows. And
Yeah.
I think like this is a decent motion. Anything lower, you can feel the pull on the shoulder, rotator cuffs and all that. So when you're doing heavier weight, coming down here is the harder part. So I would say ear level. Dan, you agree?
Did you? Yeah. Well, it kind of goes along with what Lack's saying here, isn't it? Military or inverted.
Yeah, I'm far behind on the chat. I'm trying to.
I mean, I know you're going depth, but he's kind of asking, which one is one worse for your shoulder, I guess is what I'm saying. And if you
No, one benefits the shoulder each way. So again, you're using the
It
front.
felt like you were working different muscles. That's all it is, right?
You're working different parts of the shoulder here.
Yeah.
Again, I believe that's what this machine is. I'd actually have to sit down, but I do believe the straight part behind his hands is another part you would grip.
It is, yeah.
Most gyms have that.
You would do it. There's two different pictures, two different ways of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to Lack's point, and I'm not putting down like the Arnold press, but I think if you're talking about injury or shoulder issues, that moving while you're trying to push the weight in a different direction is, you know what I mean? Like it's not bad.
Arnold press is that, right?
Yeah,
so
down.
Arnold press is you hold the dumbbells, your fists are facing
you're
this
doing
way,
a full rotation
here, and then you come up and twist as you're going up.
Yeah,
and that's called an Arnold press.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to do that with heavy weights, man. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't. Me personally, I'll do sets like this.
Yeah.
It's like this, and then I'll, but I'm not gonna twist it while I'm moving that up. I'm just not.
I do like to do on an angle. I'll be on like a preacher, a preacher curl bench. So it has the pad in front of you. You put your arms for biceps. What I'll do is I'll put my back against that pad, so the pad's behind me, and I'll stand here and I'll grab a barbell and I'll have my hands here and I'll go straight up like this.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like a bench, a reverse grip on a bench.
Yeah.
And that I'll work my front shoulders doing that exercise. And so you're on an angle like padded here, and I'll come up like that, straight up like that, and that works your shoulders really well. Again, always start out lighter weight and progress up. I feel shoulders you can go heavy on, but gradually go heavy on it. Shoulders you don't necessarily need to go higher reps like biceps. I feel shoulders work good with heavier weight, but again, you don't want to go super heavy because it doesn't take much to injure your shoulder. So please be smart.
Yeah.
I messed up my shoulder by doing incline bench.
Oh yeah. That one you were just doing is kind of that works a little bit of tricep too, doesn't it?
It can. I think the closer you go, if you're doing flat bench and you have this grip and you press straight out, works more of the tricep. But here, believe it or not, I don't really feel too much of the tricep when I'm doing it.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. It's when you reverse the grip, it engages it, but not. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, any exercise that I'm demonstrating, if you guys want to at home, try it and feel the muscle. You can actually feel the muscle when you're doing the motion. So if you have any questions of what exercise, what it does, just feel the motion. So if you look at a bench and say, okay, what is that going to do? So just feel it, see how it goes and say, oh yeah, that's going to work this part of the muscle. And then you can improvise. You can try different things, make up your own exercises, but just always slow and steady, don't go heavy with weights right away.
Hey, welcome Gary and Ed again. If I didn't say that
So
earlier.
it is 10 o'clock. We're going to continue. It is 10 o'clock. So if anybody wants to rewatch this later on and go to Salacious's Rum Lego stream, I think they're doing a Lego stream right now. So if you want to move over to Lego because they're doing a live chat, Lego builds, you can feel free to move on to Salacious's Rum channel. But we're going to continue. And again, later on, you can rewatch this or you can stay and watch us.
Well, the next video was the other trainer told me to do more weight with, so it looks the same. It's that video, yeah. More weight, but I'm holding it up and trying to come down slowly. So it's like going, like the first one was like around 70 pounds. This is going up to like 100 pounds. You know what I mean? And he was like, do it slowly, not fast. Now, what's the difference between the two? Why would one guy tell me one thing and the other guy tell me a different thing?
You know, honestly, in my opinion, is don't overthink things. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially now. I mean, this is a technique that you can try later on, to break things up. I think you're going a little too slow. I think it's possibly 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. You don't necessarily need to do that right now because don't overthink it. Just do the exercise. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. My goal right now is to lose the gut and I got like the pecs and the gut, you know, that.
So I think what you're doing, just normal, get on a machine, do the exercise. Don't go fast. Go nice and control the weight, going up and down, control the weight, adjust the weight up and down according to how you want. You want to go a little bit heavier on some things you want to go a little bit lighter. Again, with biceps, I feel biceps grow with lighter weight, but not too light. You still want to work it.
Yeah.
But like machines and stuff like that, just you don't want to finish a shoulder press with 30 pounds and do 10 to 12 reps and know that you can do 10 more. So you want to adjust the weight and add a little bit more.
That was another question, is like how much of this should I do? I basically been doing it until I feel like I can't do anymore. And is that sort of the right way to go?
Yeah, right. See, the thing is if you're trying to build muscle, you want to basically go to failure, but I wouldn't suggest that right now.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't have that mindset at this point in your fitness. Just do your 10 to 12 reps and adjust the weight accordingly. Go to somewhat failure. Obviously, you don't want to be like, I can't. You don't need to do that right now because I feel you'll probably get injured at this point.
So so 10 to 12 reps is 10. You're saying 10 to 12 sets, right? So how much is in it?
No, 10 to 12 reps. So a rep is go on, Dan.
So a rep is a repetition. It's one movement. So you're pushing that bar or they're pushing that weight away from you. That's one count, right?
Okay.
So your sets are how many sets of exercises that you did. What your
sets of reps is what you mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, when you say how many reps to do, and I don't know if I was the only one confusing this, but when I first started out, like they say 12 reps. Okay, so I grab a 20-pound weight and I do 12 reps. I'm done. That's not what they mean. When they say 12 reps, they mean 12 reps where that last 1 or 2 reps, you should be exhausted. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So whatever weight you need to do, and then on the flip side, if that weight that you're using at the 12th rep that you get, then you're like, oh my God, that almost hurts. Then drop it down and then go 15. Does that make sense?
Okay. But you're trying to say like you're really only doing one set of those instead of, you're not telling me to try.
Is that what you're saying? 3 times over.
3 to 4 times.
Okay, I got you. 3 to 4 times. Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
So doing 12.
Yeah.
So say I'm doing 12, all the way up to 12. That's one set. Then I grab the weight again. I do 12 again, put it down. And again, you wait about 60 seconds in between, rest. And then that's 2 sets. And then do it again, put it down, and that's your 3 sets
Gotcha.
of 12.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
Now, Lobot's got probably the best advice here.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's what was weight the second time. But make sure you warm up. And now when he's talking about reps and sets, I don't think we want to get into that.
Yeah.
Or you can go solo, but best with a partner.
Right.
Oh, he burns more.
All right.
calories.
So let's move on to the next exercise.
All right.
Does that helping you,
So then-
John?
Oh, it is. Yeah. So then I think I get into the leg stuff that they
Yeah,
have in
okay.
the gym. There's 2 different leg. Well, there's a third leg machine that was broken, but now I guess it's working. Where it's like a big flat panel, and you press
Yeah.
that.
So that's a leg press.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me explain this one here. So this pad above your knees
Yeah.
should be resting on your leg.
Oh,
So
okay.
You see that
Okay.
little yellow pin next to it?
Yeah. Lower that down. Yeah.
So pull out that pin, and so this way your legs are, you can't move them. You're basically trapped in there. If there's a
Okay,
fire,
okay.
you might have a little hard time getting out of that machine.
Gotcha.
So press
Yeah.
it so you can't leave. That's why it's there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then
Okay.
again, you want to put the pad. So there's another pad, another yellow pin for the pad that's around your ankles.
Yeah.
That's adjustable too. So
And
you
the
can
back
adjust
was adjustable. The chair could come in and
Yeah,
out.
exactly. So you want to
Yeah.
have it so your knees are comfortably, and you want to have the one above by your ankle. So you don't want the pad to roll up and down your leg. You want it so when you're doing the leg curl, which is going to work the hamstring.
Okay.
So when you're sitting down, you want that pad around your ankle to stay there. You don't want it higher so it's rolling. You see what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Okay.
So you want it around your ankle
Down by the
area.
ankles. All right. Yep.
All right. So that's adjusting according to your leg length.
Length. Gotcha. Okay.
And then the seat position, just again, adjust it to a comfortable position while you're doing the motion. Again, always start out light. Feel the and get your seat position. It might take you a few times to figure it out, but after you figure it out, the next time you go on, you should be comfortable enough to know what's comfortable in that seated position, and you can move on quicker. I again start out light, do your 10 to 12 reps.
That in Left Coast isn't really. I know he's joking there, but there is a guy. I see him at the gym, and I'm not kidding. He will be in the gym for about a half hour working out, and then I see him go out the side door, and he'll be smoking cigarettes, and then he'll come back in the gym and continue for about a half hour. And I'm going, "What the hell, dude? Why are you smoking?" Like,
it's his
an addiction, man.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, I used to smoke. When I worked out, I smoked. I quit smoking when I decided I was going to compete at the gym, when I was going to be a bodybuilder and compete. So I quit smoking at about 29, 30 years old.
Wow, yeah.
I started smoking when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. Don't tell my kids that.
Not a word.
I never smoked in my life.
Bong rips between sets. Would that help burn calories?
So does that help you, John? Anything else you want to know on this one?
No, yeah, I mean, you can play the video so we can see how I'm doing it, but yeah, that really helps because that's the other thing is where the position of some of this stuff really helps too, because I was wondering that, am I supposed to set that down and trap myself in there? And I didn't know about the ankle because it's probably too high by my feet, you know what I mean? Like,
it actually didn't look too bad. It didn't look, I was watching it. It didn't look like it was rolling.
Okay.
And toe position's important too. Where you have your toes, you want to keep how they are is good. You don't want to curl your feet up like this. Where is it? You don't want to keep it like that. You want to keep it like this.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Yep.
And you'll notice, try it when you're doing it. Say once you get to the point where it's heavy, point your toes towards you, and you'll notice that it becomes lighter.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, it's so weird that how the body works.
I'll change that.
But again, you can get a couple extra reps in doing that. So when you get your 10 to 12 and you're like, oh, it's really hard, move your ankle and then you can get those extra 2. You're still working your hamstring decent, but it's just I like it keeping pointed away where it's harder.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let's watch.
I do the difficult move whenever I can.
So would the bar being down actually help bring the legs up? The phone was falling while I was doing that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was balancing it on the thing, and it was like falling down. I have to balance it. I didn't bring a tripod, so I was balancing on other equipment nearby and stuff.
Some gyms won't let you videotape.
Well, there was almost nobody there. There was only like 1 or 2 other
Yeah.
people in there, so I got away with it. But yeah, they do normally say no phones, no video, you know. But
Really?
yeah, there's a notice, but I think it's because they don't want you accidentally filming other people.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, besides, a lot of times people set up like a lot of entourage. They'll have people videotaping them while they're working out, and just like
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
like I know this one guy that goes to the gym. He's Geek Strong. He's videotaping everything. He's like interviewing people and just like having people do the Geek Strong flex. This guy's a bozo, man.
So awkward. Lack can do 10 minutes worth of jump rope. Now that is freaking impressive.
Yeah, it is. I can't jump rope,
It's
but it's really good for your calves.
Jump rope, jumping jacks, you know, some of the simple things to just lose weight, but not everybody can do it. I mean, he can do that, but I don't know that I could do 10 minutes
I'm gonna
worth.
pause it. Hold
on. But he's you know, he struggles with the squats with the free weights, you know, and that because you're working a lot of muscle groups there, but you can still do a body weight squat and still activate those muscles, or really really lightweight. You know, I mean, that's the nice thing about the legs and the body weight squats is because they're not like what we're talking about with the reps and the weights. I mean, you just pretty much do as many as you can, right?
Gotcha. Yep. Now with this one, you're lifting that bottom pad up, like
so you're using basically the teardrop of your quad.
And this is harder. This is harder to do. I have to do this side with less weight than the other one. This is harder to do for me.
So I did watch this one already. So what you want to do is I'll play the video and then I'll tell you what you should do differently, and maybe Dan can tell you on this one, because I think Dan will pick it out too. You ready? I kind of like that look on your face. Hey, all right, let's go.
I wanted to make sure it was recording, so
yeah. You see that? What do you think, Dan?
Getting the pumpers in there. That, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever gotten on that machine without having to fully adjust it, because I'm a short guy.
Yeah.
And I've got it. So I pretty much put it all the way back till I'm almost like at a 90 degree.
So what do you mean, move the back?
That, well, the front. So you're the pad that you're moving up front, right?
Yeah.
You want to start it where your legs are about a 90 degree angle.
Oh yeah. So exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you need to see how you just have a slight movement. You're just doing basically a very small. You want to adjust. See, there's a little handle.
That one with the button on it. Yeah.
With a little button. What you need to do, I think you figure this out, because I think there's an exercise where you go in the full range of motion. So you want to click that so your legs are basically underneath the seat.
Oh, okay.
So
and
you want full range of motion.
A lot more, come down a lot more. Okay.
Yeah, so you need to come down a lot more. This is basically just a short range of movement. You want a full range of motion. Of movement. So click that handle so your that pad around your ankle is going to be basically facing the on the ground, basically.
Okay.
Right, so then you want a full range of motion. So you're basically like this, and then you're coming up like that.
Yeah. Okay.
My camera makes my all right. Yeah, so that one you definitely want to redo this one, this exercise.
Yeah, adjust the stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's good. That's perfect because I like that because you're showing what not to do at the gym.
Yeah.
He's there. That's the first thing. He's doing the right thing.
Exactly.
That's
You know, the only wrong thing you can do at the gym is not enter.
nothing. Yep.
Well, I see a couple of ladies walk around. Like, I swear I haven't seen them actually use any piece of equipment. I was there once for like an hour, and there was a lady there. They were just walking from like spot to spot and talking to people, and she's in these exercise clothes and just, and I'm going, I haven't seen you on a single piece of equipment this whole hour. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking about it going, well, she can still go to her doctor and say, yeah, I went to the gym, because technically you didn't go to the gym. You just didn't actually do anything.
And most
like,
insurance companies will pay for a gym membership.
Well, this one's free. Our place just has this. It's right by the pool, right outside.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right outside is the pool. And this is
wow.
a free thing that's at our clubhouse. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
And we could bring guests. So if you ever come down to visit, I can sign you in and you could go with for free.
I mean, that's impressive that they've got that much equipment.
Yeah, they just got all this new equipment after COVID. I think they got a little bit of money from something during COVID because of
that's right.
the government giving out stuff or subsidies or something, and they bought some nice equipment, and and a lot of the free weights I think were here before, but they've added some of these pieces of equipment, and they're really nice. I think it's a great place,
Yeah, awesome, Left Coast, awesome. So, John, do you see where the handle with the yellow knob?
Yeah.
Is in a different position in this video. It was way back in, I think it's 7. Now it's at 1. Let me pull that up large so we can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
You see how it's at number 1? So now that brings the pad almost like underneath the seat, not like in the beginning of the bottom of the seat.
Okay.
So that's really where you would like to start. You want to get full range of motion.
So then, did I don't remember this. Did I do that in this video? Am I doing it better?
No,
in this
video? this one's good. I think this one's good form. But again, you want to keep the pad by your ankles so it doesn't roll up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's probably adjustable too, the pad.
Yeah. Down below,
Again,
right?
you want it to stay stationary. You want it, so when you're bringing it up, always start out with lightweight, get the seat adjusted, get the pad adjusted, so it doesn't roll up and down your shin. And let's rock it. Let's see this bad boy do some leg extensions. This is called.
Hit it, John.
And this will work your teardrop of your quad. So I think you can probably bring the seat back slightly. So
I see what you mean, because it's off, it's hanging off. Okay, yeah. That yellow button in the back will bring the seat back. Yeah.
Correct, right behind you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's decent form. You got good control on your positive and good control on your negative. You might be able to bring that pad down a little bit.
A little bit more, yeah.
A little bit more where it's comfortable.
I got you. Yep.
But
I can see that in this video. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
John, are you falling asleep there?
Yeah, right.
Let's see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it sure looks like it. Man. It sure looks like it. Yeah.
I've been editing videos while I'm doing that exercise.
Well, you want to know what was funny? Speaking of falling asleep, I was playing some Diablo 3 the other night, later at night, and I actually nodded off, and I woke up like a couple. I don't know how I felt. I'm like, how can I fall asleep playing a video game? Because you're all into it, but I woke up and my guy's dead. It's like this. Dead.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was like, oh crap! Like, what happened?
All right, I think we have one more exercise, right, John?
Well, there's 2 actually.
Is there 2 more?
Two
more,
there's
2 more. This one you're doing really good. I like this one.
So this one. So I generally do this rowing machine when I get there, about 10 minutes on the rowing machine. How much should you do on these kind of machines?
Yeah,
because they're fairly easy to do, but it's just to get my heart rate up and feel Like, because I walk there, it's about a half mile to 3/4 of a mile walk to the gym, and then I walk back home afterwards. So when I walk to the gym, then I get on this to sort of get my heart rate up, and then go to the machines. Like, what is that the right way to think about it, or
Yeah,
does
I
it
think
matter?
you.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't think cardio is. I'm not a
like
huge
someone
cardio
told me to
person.
do it. Someone told me to do it first
Yeah.
because it warms up all your muscles and gets everything sort of activated for the other stuff.
Dan can touch better on this one.
Oh, I suck at this. This is another one where I'm always trying to cheat because there's so many ways to cheat on this machine.
Yeah.
How about duration? With duration, how long should he be doing this for?
Would you say like 4? I mean, I guess it depends on the resistance level that you got it set at.
I have it all the way up because otherwise it's too easy.
Really?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I think your technique's really good.
It's set at 10.
Are you pulling the handle with your back?
Well, when you go back, it's like your legs do a lot of the work. But then I was told to pull the thing in this way.
Yeah. So
You know
you
what I mean?
want to
So
when
you're
you're
trying
pulling the
to-
thing inwards, I believe you want to focus on not your arms pulling it in, but more of your back pulling it in. So
Okay.
do this motion here.
Yeah.
So try to figure your back pulling it, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. So
gonna come
as
back
you're
to
doing
that.
it, I'm actually getting a back workout
I
right
could
now.
feel it.
just doing
Yeah,
this
I could
motion.
feel it if you when you put your arms up and you do that. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can say. Otherwise, your leg push off and everything looks really good. And the duration you can do, again, it all depends on your fitness level. You know.
Yeah, I do around 10 minutes on this when I get there, and then
I don't even think I could do 10 minutes on this thing, but let's watch. See.
did you speed it up there? What was that?
Oh, yeah, what was the speed?
Did it speed?
It looked like it sped up for a second. Yeah.
It was probably catching up or something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Alright.
I think it looks good, man.
The only recommendation I would have, and I'm not saying it's wrong because you're still getting kind of an upright row. You're working your shoulders there, but if you want to work more of your back, drop your shoulders down a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
You're bringing that handlebar almost to your neck. You can pull
Bring it
back.
more to the chest. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get
To your chest, not your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a dinghy and go out. I could down here in Florida. There's nice places to actually get a little boat and you can row yourself out like a little
But
kayak or dinghy. you
I
know?
did watch your feet move, and I like how you're kicking off with your heels. We're gonna replay this again, so keep an eye on his feet. I like it.
Now
Again, I'm not.
there's a
This
text
isn't my.
message on the way.
I think your technique looks really good for your hand motion. So watch this again, everyone. Here we go. See how he's kicking off with his heels and his toes kick up?
It's going into turbo mode.
Yeah. He's really getting some good motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toes are coming back.
Okay.
Really good.
Yeah, you're
Looks
doing.
good.
Looks good, man.
I actually watch on my local news channel. They occasionally they have like interviews with fitness and stuff like that. They actually showed an expert showing you how to do this exercise. That's the only reason why I knew to pull off on you, to use your back when you're doing it.
Gotcha.
And they actually looked like they were leaning back quite a bit too when they were coming back. You know, coming
Yeah.
up, going back, and then pulling it like that.
And then the last one I have is the crunches, which is what the both of the trainers told me to do this crunch machine, but they didn't really go into how they just said put it back to like a number 4 position. But when I watched this, to me it doesn't seem like I'm doing a whole lot of range of motion. It felt like I was doing more range of motion than what it actually is.
Yeah.
And I'm doing around 300 of these.
That's an ab crunch.
Yeah, it's kind of an ab crunch. Yeah. So, like, should I actually be adjusting it back more, or should I try to lower the seat? Like, what?
If you adjust it back a little bit more, it's going to probably put a little bit of tension on your lower back, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it'll give you a little bit more resistance so you can get to that seated position. That's where you're starting at. So instead of being like right where you are, might be a relaxed position. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if that pad wants to push you back a little bit more. But
Not much more.
if you're
Yeah.
here and it's like no resistant, then you might want to click it back just slightly so you have
Okay.
constant tension. But an ab movement is really a slight movement, believe it or not, right, Dan?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen
And there's 100 pounds on the machine right now, so I'm doing 300 of them with 100 pounds.
All right,
on
now
the
you're
machine.
bragging.
So how much? Well, it's not difficult, but it's also not super easy. You know what I mean? Like when the first few days I was there, I could really only do about 100 of these at like 50 pounds. And then all of a sudden, after a week or so, I could do 200 at like 80 pounds. And now I'm at 300 at 100 pounds. So I'm doing it. I'm adding more weight and doing more because it seems like it's getting easier and easier as I do them. Do you understand?
Are you doing 300 reps?
Yeah,
like I'm just doing 300 of them in a row. Yeah. With almost no stopping, because that's what the guy told me to do. Do as many as I can. Like, is that wrong?
It's a lot of reps. It's definitely a lot of reps. I mean, you probably get a good cardio.
Yeah, I'm sweating by the time I'm done.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah, I can't believe you're not cramping. I would definitely be cramping up.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I'd have to sit and try. I know I've done this machine. Seems like a little bit older of a machine that the style of it. I'm not saying it's an
Gotcha.
old machine,
Yeah,
it's just
the
a
one-
style.
The one we have, I think it's got your hands up this way.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen those. I think and I've seen other ones with handlebars where you hold it and you push like that
Oh,
with your
wow.
abs.
Oh, yep. We got that one too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Now
Yeah,
yeah,
see the pictures showing those pictures at the top, they show you curling the bar, or there's those handles by your butt. You see the handles on the seat? You can put your hands down there and do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the guy told me to curl the bar, but I don't know which one's better for your.
I think that's fine. Keeping
yeah.
your hands
Okay.
there seems like more of a natural position. Like when you're doing a sit up, a lot of times people do this.
Yeah,
anyway.
you're doing it that way anyways. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Your range of motion looked okay to me. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was fine. Maybe try clicking it back like one more.
Okay.
The pad against your chest, so you have a little bit more starting resistance.
Yeah. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Like
Yep.
I don't like that seat. I would just be cautious of your back, like Dean said, man. If you do kick that back a little bit, remember you're probably kicking in your lower back muscles too to get
Yeah.
started. So
So don't start out with 100 pounds.
Yeah, and you've got
Yeah.
you're straight. You're very straight. So you can tell you've got the good form on there, and just make sure you keep that when you lean back. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure you might want to bring that pad up just slightly higher above on your chest. See, it seems like it's at
See
the
if it
lower
adjusts
part
up.
of your chest.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I might bring the pad up a little bit higher. Try that. You might have a little bit
Right.
more resistant.
I'll
but
see
again-
what adjustments there are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So try that. Try adjusting that pad a little bit higher and bringing it so you can come back a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you might have a little bit more resistant with that. Don't do 100 pounds though. You don't want to get a hernia.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if
Lower
you
the
do,
weight then if
we
I
want
do.
photos.
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna
So
need-
then the other question I had was, now this is a weird thing. Now I don't know how your body works, but when I first started working out, I lost like 8 pounds fairly quickly, like within a couple weeks. Okay. Well, I noticed this last week, I've gained that all back. Like why? And I didn't change anything in my diet. Like you know what I mean? Like, and I'm doing more at the gym, and I feel like I'm there. So like, does that just happen naturally to people? Do you, like, am I just fighting like a water weight, or like, I just don't understand why, or is it because some of it's turning to muscle and muscle's heavier than fat, and
Muscle's
shouldn't-
not heavier than fat, believe it or not.
no, like,
A pound of muscle and a pound of fat is the same thing.
well, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So you said 8 pounds, John?
Yeah, it seemed like in the first 2 weeks I lost around 8 pounds, and then all of a sudden it's like this last week I've kind of gained it all back, but it's not like I ate a bunch of crap, you know what I mean? It's like I ate the
But-
same stuff each week in a sense, but it's like I just
What-
don't get why you can fluctuate that many pounds. You know what I mean?
What are you visibly seeing? Are you seeing
He's
any
right.
difference in your shirt, your pants?
Not
or-
really. You know, I feel like I'm the same. I feel the same. I feel like I'm the same, you know.
But
You
you look,
you've been going to the gym for a week, right?
Well, now it's been a couple weeks, you know what I mean? So,
All right.
yeah.
it's gonna take a month.
Yeah,
It'll
just
take a bit.
just keep doing it and it'll okay. All right.
Do us a favor and don't step on a scale anymore right now.
Oh,
Don't
because
let
I've
that-
been weighing myself every day because
Yeah.
I thought someone told me to do that, and it keeps
Well,
it in your conscious.
Yeah,
find
it
your head.
does and it does. But the thing is now you have doubts and now you have I did all this training, I did all this hard, now I'm back to square one.
Screw
I
it.
now
gotcha.
it-
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
but-
why didn't it just stay gone? You know, like, yeah, it's like, what's going
Barely
on? So,
didn't watch our stream a few weeks ago. Didn't
John, let me tell you something about fitness, and I am an expert when it comes to this. Fitness, and Dan can probably say the same thing. Fitness is definitely an emotional roller coaster ride.
yeah,
And we go through highs, we go through lows, we go through all that. You just gotta have fun. Do exercises, do things that you enjoy, and just go through the process. The journey is the best part of fitness. And don't worry about the scale. Don't worry about the numbers. The mirror won't lie to you.
gotcha. Okay.
So if you eat right, drink right, try to drink your size. I
Well,
mean, I would
I've been
suggest,
drinking a lot of water.
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
would do a gallon
it's
jug.
almost
Buy a
all.
gallon. If you buy a gallon jug of water, you drank a gallon jug of water through the day. Those little ones, a little bit more harder to keep track of how much water you're drinking. Let me tell you, I drank when I was training for shows and stuff like that. I typically drink 2 gallons of water a day.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I buy 2-gallon jugs,
Yeah.
and that's my water. When I'm done at the day that second gallon is empty. Sure, that
Gotcha.
might be a little bit more water than the normal person would drink. So I actually right now I'm drinking 1 gallon of water a day.
Okay.
So I have 1-gallon jug, and that knows at the end of the day, and it's empty. I know I drank my water for the day. Saturday and Sunday, I'm more of a relaxed, because I'm not training for bodybuilding anymore. I'm just training for life.
Yeah.
So the weekends I don't drink as much water. I actually put on weight because of that. I don't step on a scale, but I can see it in the mirror. I can see it and feel it and stuff like that. And I can notice the difference. Like Monday, I'm actually like having to pee a lot more quicker because now I'm back to a schedule of drinking my gallon. So my body has to adjust back to drinking that much water. So I would try to be consistent on how much water you're drinking daily.
Yeah.
And try to be consistent. Don't be a roller coaster ride when it comes to eating. Eating is the key to fitness. So try to watch your numbers. Again, we'll do check out some of the streams we've done before, but we'll touch on that. There are apps out there that can track how many calories you're eating for the day. So before you grab that slice of pizza, you can add that into your app and see how many calories, and it might give you a second thought to eating that slice of pizza. So now maybe you'll grab 6 ounces of chicken instead and put that number in there and things like that. So it makes you more accountable when you have a fitness app tracking what you're eating. And because you're like, how many calories are you eating today daily, John?
See, I kind of don't know.
Right?
Like yesterday, I had some chicken and rice, and I had 3 eggs in the morning for breakfast, and so basically I ate 3 eggs scrambled and had like a half glass of orange juice for breakfast, and then drinking water throughout the day. Like I probably had like 5 of these or something, and then I keep crunching them up. Like I've already had 2 today, and And then lunchtime I had chicken and rice, and then I didn't really have much for dinner. I wasn't that hungry, so
Yeah, it'll take a bit for
I
your body
mean,
to get adjusted to wanting to eat when you start eating correctly, because you have a lot of we all have, and I'm not saying you, I'm not pointing to you, but we all still have a lot of waste in our body from junk food that sits there and just before it gets, you know, taken out. So start eating. I would suggest eating like like maybe 5 meals, 4 to 5 meals a day, smaller meals, more frequently. I like to eat every
okay.
3 hours is a good time, a good meal. And even if it's the same things, just break it up in half. So if you're having chicken, so maybe take that chicken and break it up into two
Yeah,
portions
see,
instead of one portion.
I tend to have a small breakfast, small dinner, and a big lunch. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, okay, so sort of split it up. All right, yeah.
So if you can get an app, and maybe I'll help with you through this after this stream. We can talk a little bit more, and we'll get you an app, and this way you can say, okay, I'm going to have 2,200 calories for the day, and let's portion in the app. We'll make a food portion until it reaches that 2,200 calorie number, and
Okay.
once it reaches that 22, this is what you're going to eat. So instead of guessing through the day and adding it up, we'll already do the day before the day is started on your meal plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Or you could track what you're getting now, see where you're at, and then just cut that back by a certain percentage over a period of time. That way, you're not going into the shock of the. I mean, because if you're, I mean, we don't. You just said you don't know where you're at. So if you're at like 3,500, you probably
He might
don't.
even be less. He might even be at like 1,200, which is
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah, which
And
is
then your
which is-
body's going to go in survival mode and hold on to body fat. It's
Yep.
such a
I
game,
gotcha.
man, but it's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Get
See,
a day.
that's probably what's going on because I have the impression that I should eat less, like because if I'm only bringing in 1,000 calories and I'm burning like 1,000 calories, I should lose weight, you know. But you're saying I need to have 2,000 calories no matter what, right? You know what
You
I
want
mean?
to be
Like,
consistent. You don't want to be
yeah,
like this when your body. You don't want to have a half a gallon of water one day and then 2 gallons another day and then like 3,000 calories one day, 1,200 the next
yeah.
day. You
That's
need to be
what's
consistent.
that's what's going on. I'm not consistent. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but it
yeah,
takes work. We can't. You're not just going to do it in 1 week. It takes
yeah,
work. This is not. Um, You're not looking to get fit for November. You're just making a life adjustment, and so a life adjustment is slow and steady. You're gonna portion your meal. We're not gonna. It's not like saying, "Hey, John, you're never gonna have a slice of cake ever again." You know, it's we're not. That's it's. This is a life change. So you're gonna eat right, so you can eat right and have fun and have your hamburger on those days and have your slice of pizza or and things like that. So if we eat great, it's a life change. So
yeah.
I hope that
Okay.
helped everyone. I know
Did you
Dan.
No,
suggest-
this has been incredible. You know, hopefully for everybody. I mean, but it's worked. I appreciate all the advice.
Rapid toy round. RoboCop.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
I got-
thanks, JJ.
I got the He-Man figures coming out. Yeah.
50% off of these figures at GameStop.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Look at
lot on sale. There's stuff at Target that's like $10, $11 too.
So
Yeah.
I'm making my
Oh, look
Bumble.
at that. Yeah.
I'm gonna paint him white to look like the Bumble.
The Bumble.
Yeah. And one more figure and then
Yeah, like
Right
this
here.
guy's around $11, $12 now at Target. So
Yeah.
I got him.
I got him.
Oh, that's a good
$11.
one. That's a good one. Yeah.
What? For
They
you got
have
that
them all,
50% off?
These were all like $10
Wow. Yeah.
or under, except for this. This one, we were talking about this last week, right, Dan?
Yep. The Taurus.
I saw it
Yeah.
again, and I had to get it. I went to a thrift store around my area where they have like
Look
this.
at that.
So this is gonna be
Good
for
Lord.
my nephew.
Is
So
that sealed?
no, it's not complete. It's
There's
got
probably
a
something missing
ton.
in pieces, right?
It's got a ton of the now these are wooden. These aren't the
Yeah,
plastic ones.
Yeah.
So it does have some windows. It has a door. It has some roofs. It has a ton of the.
Does it still have the cow?
No, it doesn't have any of the animals and stuff like that. But again, this was under they were asking $9 and then 25% off of that, so it was like $6.
Wow, nice.
And then it came with one of these. When's the last time this is a
A
Phantasm, right?
tuning fork. Yeah.
What?
Remember Phantasm? Basically, whenever I see one of these, I think of Phantasm with Joe. What was it? Not Jody. Who was the ice cream guy?
Reggie?
Reggie. Yeah. So let's do it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the tuning fork going.
If I do this, will the world like collide? And then my daughter got me this. She went to Disney.
Oh, look at that, the pin. Yeah, that's
Left
the new
Coast, you got
droid.
competition, man.
Almost as cool as Left Coast. Not
That's
quite.
the new. That's the new droid. Yeah.
Yeah, and it glows in the dark. Dan, you got anything else you want to show? We had a rapid round for those toy lovers.
Nope. I just had those 3 cars. I got a double of my. Well, actually, I'm going to show that on our points of articulation.
Oh yeah, I just finished. Well, I have to paint mine. I have to paint it today, but I molded everything yesterday doing 3 men and a monkey lizard, and I'm pretty excited, man. You guys are going down again. Points of articulation.
I don't know, man. I got a pretty good one.
You guys are going down hard. No, I can't wait to see yours, Dan. So, points of articulation this Thursday on Cap Cave's channel. So if you're not subscribed to Cap Cave, please subscribe to Cap. He's a great YouTuber and a great friend. And anything else coming up, Dan?
I'm gonna have to phone in my competition, my homework.
What?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna message you guys earlier. I gotta be out of town for work.
Oh, you can't do it like on the bus? Hey, this is my.
No, well, maybe.
It'll be in and out of service if he's out of the road.
I'm driving 4 hours away. We're done at 4 p.m. So I'll be close to home, but yeah, probably not.
You'll be on the road at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You can do a video. Why don't you do a video and send it to us?
I was just gonna send you guys a bunch of pictures of it.
No, we want video. We want live, Dan. We want Dan. John, anything coming up?
Posting. I just gotta like turn it on to public and finish the description and titling. But I've got the Fall Guys video coming out later today. So
nice.
Hopefully within the hour. You know.
Nice.
And this time,
not the TV show Fall Guys, right?
No, it's not. This time I mixed video game footage with the action figure footage. I did some editing on this one, so.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So you get to see the action figures in action in the game.
Awesome. So I have a few videos in mind that I'm trying to work on, but it's tough between trying to do points of articulation, crafty stuff, and doing. But I have some stuff coming up, so just keep an eye out for Geek Strong stuff. And hey guys, it's Sunday. Anybody getting any packages?
I don't think anything is. I have a Big Bad Toy Store thing on the way, but it's not. It probably won't be here till later in the week.
So if you hear that knock on the door, it might not be UPS, FedEx. It just might be.
Oh, wait, I'll get it. Hang on, Chris. Be right back. Paul!
Hey, all you awesome people. I'm John, the Vintage Geek.
Watch out. John's coming up here.
Was that Lois Lane?
It was Lois Lane, yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, one of the greatest.
I do have a Ghost Rider diecast review.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's up now.
Cool.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
I'll check that out right after this. And I'm going to hit some Targets and Walmarts today.
Yeah, I'm going
But
shopping.
take care. Thanks for joining us today. Hope
Bye, guys.
fitness helped you. It gave you some
and thank you all so much. Thank everybody in the chat, and thank you too. You've helped a lot, and I think that it's just going to vastly improve my time at the gym. So thank you so much.
Awesome. So any questions for fitness and stuff like that, always hit Dan and I on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll answer and try our best to help out everyone. And stay motivated, everyone, and stay geek strong. Peace. Hey, let's see the flex, guys. What's up?